Omamegbe reporting for. As always, a few years ago, this is old enough, we came saying in this country that on this Obasanjo's network, that's what people are doing nonsense on. Yes, because it was during the very first tenure of Olusegun Obasanjo. Civilian rule, talking about his tenure as president, not military head of state, not a dictator, as president, won the elections 1999. Now, during that period, from 1999 up until 2002, something amazing happened in Nigeria. GSM came through. Now, prior to 1999, in fact, about 1999, NITEL was the only way you could, communicate in this country. Back in those days, NITEL had just, about 3 or 4 years prior, had just started to link most of the states in this country with public telephones, phone booths, right? When you're younger, we used to see telephone booths in movies where you just go into a place, a box, dial a number, and then when you're done, before you're done, you have to put in your coins, and when you're done, you just go out. Communication. Now, NITEL came through with the phone cards. So you slot in the way you have your ATM, your debit and your credit cards, right? Where you slot them into the machine, and then you withdraw money. Back then, you slot it into the phone and then make a call. And they were rated 100 naira. I think it was 100 naira, 500 naira, 1,000, 5,000, and then 10,000 units. Now, at one point in time, you now started to have middlemen, because some Nigerians, or a lot of Nigerians, couldn't afford to buy, a 2,000 naira recharge or 2,000 naira unit card or 5,000 naira unit card. So you go to the phone booth those days. Please, I'm telling you a story. It's a true life story. You go to the phone booth those days, to the phone outlets. They were at GRA. There was one opposite Elekaya Estate. There was one opposite the Shell RA. There was one at Obunagbali, because obviously that's where NITEL was. Then GRA, all right, GRA Phase 2. Then Old GRA, and then Agri Road as well. All right, I can't remember if there were any at Elingbu or Elele Junction. No, sorry, I said Elele. Can't remember if there were NITEL booths there, but I know that area Woji had as well. So they decided to pop up, so you could just go there, and then, because you couldn't have, some people couldn't afford, you now had people who buy cards and now sell you the units. Oh, where do you want to call? Okay, it's 15 naira or 20 naira or whatever. So since you couldn't afford the 500 naira recharge units or the 1,000, 2,000, they will use their card. You will call, right? Obviously, it will be measured. You see as it's counting, and then you will pay them. First, sometimes they will just be beside you to look at the meter at its running, so that you don't tell them, oh, I only spoke for 10 seconds, and you cheat them. So that was a thing in this country. Just walking you down memory lanes. So by the time GSMs came through and we're buying SIM cards for, I don't know, I bought mine for 16,000. My father bought his for 35,000. I remember very clearly. A lot of people started to, make calls and do something. And then came the master stroke. Because one of the telecoms companies back then introduced midnight call. The whole of Nigeria, the whole of Ghana turned upside down. People would wait for 12:01 when they were meant to be sleeping. 12:01 to tell you how they felt about what you did 2 weeks ago. Your parents would wait to find out from you how your school activities went at 12. I remember those days, sometimes I'll be receiving calls from my mother at 1 a.m. in the morning. Kilele, why are you not sleeping? I want us to pray together. Mommy, I'm sleeping. I'm trying to sleep. Midnight calls took over Nigeria and Ghana for nigh on a year plus, if not 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. People would wait, make sure that they have at least 100 naira, 150 naira just to be safe, because the first call, 10 naira feed your cut. So you have like 150 naira. And so for 3-4 hours, you will talk for free at night. That's the reason. It was free calls. That was the cost of having conversations back then. And And so this morning I ask you, good people of God, this morning, do you think that free call, that midnight call that was trendy back in the early 2000s, do you think today, if telecoms companies were to reintroduce that, promo, do you think Nigerians would jump at it?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH. Then do send us a message to the WhatsApp number. The number is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. All right. Also send us an SMS. All right. If you don't have a WhatsApp enabled device, no problem. We'll read your messages when you send them across. Once again, the number is 0809 030 6416. So the cost of conversation is our starter this morning, and straight off the bat, someone says, Jude, good morning. I don't think Nigerians, particularly this younger generation, would enjoy having midnight calls. I think these days people just like to sleep at night, apart from those who used to work overnight. That's from Caleb. All right, Caleb doesn't think that this generation of phone users would jump at free midnight calls. I think they will. I honestly think they will actually jump at it. I'll tell you why as we go on. Say free midnight calls. Jesus, you don't tell. But I won't lie, Jude. Those days it was my hobby. 200 naira I will save. Make sure that time, particularly on Friday, I have enough units to talk to my babe. Those days. I say those days. 92.3 Nigeria for good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Yeah, Esther calling from Harcourt.
Good morning, Esther.
Yes. The question is, of course, I think we would. Nigerians would definitely jump into the idea.
Really? You guys will use free night calls?
Yes, now. These days people don't sleep. You check your time by 2 a.m. sometimes they call you. So if they should bring it, people will jump at it. This Nigeria will be like something.
Interesting. Esther says she will jump at it. Thank you very much. Kurt is on the line for Unipol. Kurt, we're about to go on a break. Can you call us right after the break, please?
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. All right. So let me read this message. This one says, Jude, good morning. I don't think I would want to do midnight calls again. No. Haba. Person don't they old now? Midnight calls for who now? All right. But that's the question. For who? That has a point. Some people wake up at night and they want to talk. Cost of conversations. of conversations, right? When we started, it was per minute billing. Oh yeah, so those days when you buy your phone and you were able to recharge your phone, when you start a call, we would hold the phone. We'll be looking at, we'll bring the phone away from our ears and look very carefully. You know, okay, I've spoken for 20 minutes. Hey, Sarah, and you talk again. 45 seconds. Talk quick. 55 seconds. Bam! They cut it. Or 58 seconds cut, because once it reaches 59 and crosses over, you are going to pay for 2 minutes, even though you just spoke for 1 minute alone, or 1 minute and 2 seconds. So you were really managing your units back then. You know, your phone bills were really on your head. You know, Nigerians were introduced to a shocker of a system, because prior to that, most people, well, the few people in Nigeria who had phone lines at home were pretty comfortable with the way, not comfortable, but they were used to receiving their bills in the mail. Sort of how, you know, NEPA back in those days would come to your house, read your meter, and then write a bill for you the following week or the following month. That's how the phone bills used to come through, right? Right, good. But now with digitization, with the GSM, you know, you were in total control, just the same way you are in control right now. Now, you see, because of those conversations, really used to be mind-boggling. Then a very interesting business developed in this country. We don't see it any longer, but it developed. That was the phone